Okay, folks, get ready. For today's deep dive, we are going on an adventure to uncover the most memorable quotes from Disney Plus Doug Days. And you know who we are talking about, right? Doug. The talking golden retriever, the one and only from Up.
Doug.
Yeah.
Of course. He is just the best.
Seriously, though, Doug is just pure joy, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? We've got this amazing list of Doug's greatest hits. And it was compiled, get this, by a parent who says their little one makes them hear these quotes every single day.
Oh, wow. Every single day.
Every single day. I mean, I get it. I totally get it because, well, let's be honest. Doug's appeal, it like spans generations. He's not just a kid's character. Everyone loves Doug. Adults love him too.
Right, for sure. And honestly, I think a lot of it comes down to his dialogue. It just shines through. Like, you can really see his childlike innocence,
Yeah.
and enthusiasm in everything he says.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he says something like, I love my toys for dogs, it's like so simple, but it's hilarious.
Right.
Because it's so Doug.
Right.
Like so purely Doug.
He's just so literal. It's perfect.
Yeah. And like he's experiencing the world for the first time, every single time.
Yes.
It's contagious. You just get swept up in his enthusiasm.
Exactly.
But then there's the way he just like expresses himself. Like, did you do this to me, you furry bag of acorns? I mean, come on.
Right. Furry bag of acorns.
How does he even come up with that?
I know. It's amazing. But I think it just goes to show the brilliance of the writing for that character because they really captured, that dog-like perspective,
Uh-huh.
Misinterpreting things, getting into trouble, like always with a heart of gold, but just a little bit.
A little bit confused.
Yeah,
A little confused.
A little confused, yeah. But he's got such a good heart. You know what I mean? And that love for every creature, big or small. I mean, the way he shouts, puppy ease.
Yes! Oh my gosh. I love that.
Or that sweet, that one was a pretty bee. He sees the good in everything.
Oh, I know.
Doesn't he? He
It's
does.
just so pure. I have to share this one. Okay, I have to share one of my personal favorite quotes. It is, I smelled your pants.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So unfiltered, so canine. It's just perfect.
I love that one. And it's interesting because you bring that up. It really makes me think about how Doug shows affection.
Oh, yeah. Tell
Okay.
me more.
He doesn't really do it through like grand gestures or anything like that. It's the little things. It's the quirky things. It's the snipping the pants,
The digging.
The digging, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's very specific to him.
Right.
And he might not understand human social boundaries all the time, but
Yeah.
his intentions, I think, are always pure.
Yeah, I agree. And it reminds me that his quotes, as kind of silly as they can be, sometimes they hint at a deeper self-awareness. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like when he says, oh, now I am feeling guilty, I ate a meat. Or when he says, I am being a bad dog, I'm not sure why. Like, come on.
No, totally.
He knows. He knows he's messing up. He just doesn't know why.
He has that awareness. It's so funny. And you know what? I think those moments, they actually reveal a lot about his character, more than you'd think. He may not always understand why he's done something wrong, but he knows he feels guilty.
Right.
And that in itself is just so relatable. I mean, I think we've all been there, right? Where you just feel bad and you're not sure why.
I feel like that's a very human experience.
Yeah.
Feeling guilty and not knowing why.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's
Very
like the other
valid.
side of Doug.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and how can we forget this? His amazing ability to mangle words and phrases. Can we talk about this for a second?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Like, Thaba da tsujwe, takniolo, with tunodi, aha. I
Yeah.
mean, it's pure comedic gold.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, but how do you think those mispronunciations add to the humor? Like, is it more than just being silly? What do you think?
That is such a good question. Well, first of all, I think it just taps into that, like miscommunication, which
Yeah.
is just like universally funny. Like, we all find that funny. But then I think on like another level, it kind of reinforces that childlike quality that we were talking about,
Uh-huh.
Like, Doug's still learning. He's still figuring things out.
Right.
And his language just kind of reflects that.
You know what? This is funny you should say that. I was recently watching my niece learn to talk.
Oh.
And she does the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
she'll twist words. She makes up her own words.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me realize, like, Doug's dialogue just, it really captures that stage of development perfectly.
Right. And that's what Pixar does, right? They find these like universal truths
Yeah.
and they express them in a way that is just so simple, yet it's still so profound.
Yeah, I totally agree. So after, like, diving deep into all these amazing Dougisms,
Mhm.
What do you think it is about his dialogue that just makes it so enduring, so universally loved?
Hmm. That's a good question. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's the humor, the innocence, that like pure joy that he just finds in everyday life. And I think he reminds us all to just appreciate the simple things, to embrace our inner child, you know.
That's
Yeah.
so well said. So
Yeah.
well said. So to all our listeners out there, maybe take a page from Doug's book today. Find the extraordinary in the ordinary. Go smell some pants, chase some squirrels, whatever brings you joy.
That's a great way to put it. Embrace your inner Doug
Exactly.
and have some fun.
There you go. All right, that is it for our deep dive today. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.